There you go. I'm not going to even do an introduction because, well, it's Christmas, isn't it? There's no need to explain. It's Christmas. We don't need any other explanation or reason to get together other than riding. Oh, look out, where's Sloggs gone? We're going to get a nut shot here.
No, it's still here, man. I've had to find something different to leave my fucking phone against.
Oh,
here comes Steve, the crow.
Here he is. The Christmas crow.
Fucking Sesame Street.
That is scary.
Hey, kids. That's fucking scary, yeah.
That was a
How you
burglar.
doing? Happy Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you, brother.
There. I'm in.
You're in. You've
Who's
not got
it?
pantomime at the
Jimmy.
moment, have you?
How are you, bro?
Good, you?
And Amo and Emlyn.
Yeah.
Sweet. And we've managed to ditch Matt, have we?
No, he's
Not
here.
quite.
Oh, where's Matt?
I'm just hiding. I'm trying to let everyone else talk.
Oh, there
for a
he
change.
is. There he is.
Merry Christmas, Steve.
Merry Christmas, boys. And look who's here. Come on. Bring it in.
There you go. Now you can see everybody.
Hey,
Hey, Sammy's in the house.
Merry Christmas, Sammy.
Fourth in the UK.
Merry
Fourth in the UK.
Legend.
Oh, sixth in the UK, yeah.
Get it right next time.
Yeah. Sloggs, you're sixth in the world, though, aren't you?
You're fifth, though, aren't you?
Yeah, but I was just, yeah. That's what I was aiming.
Fourth, aren't you?
I'm fifth.
I'm fourth.
Dan's fourth. Yeah.
It's pretty good, isn't it?
Everyone's looking pretty good. Amo, Emily, is that a real? That's just a filter. Oh God. Oh, my. How old am I?
Pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very good, Emlyn. Yeah, it's very realistic. Yeah, it had me fooled.
Yeah.
And
So
how's
we
number
only-
one, Jimmy Jazz?
We only figured out on a chat the other day that apparently if I do that, does it work on Zoom? It don't work on Zoom apparently. If you do that,
No,
Oh, you on a Mac?
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it should work on Zoom. You just do one of them. It should go. Like
I'm
Eamon.
Right, it's worked for. Oh,
Oh,
maybe-
For the
Eamon's-
audio listeners, the audio only listeners, there's a lot of rock chords. A lot of the balls have been thrown up, and there's disco lights, lasers going on
it's
behind them.
because I was doing the Spider-Man, not the rock horns. you see.
Yeah.
Doesn't work for me.
We don't have
I can't see myself, so I don't know what happened.
You had a laser background going on.
They had
Look at
lasers.
James.
Yeah,
There you go.
yeah.
Techno show.
James is in the house.
So Christmas.
No, not working for me.
No. No.
Yeah.
Well, look, gentlemen, before we just go into
Yes, Amo.
Whoa.
Balloons.
Oh, bringing balloons to the party.
Emlyn's got nothing.
Yeah, I need an
Great
update.
nose.
Yeah.
thank you all, gents, for joining us, and you as well, there, Sammy. I'm classing you in that as well. There, we may have a special guest pop in, another special guest because you're all special guests. Special.
What way?
Excuse me.
But yeah, I mean, well, welcome back, Steve. Your yearly appearance. It seems.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you.
Festive Steve.
Yes.
The ghost of Mountainboard Past, as they say.
Hopefully not a ghost just yet.
Well, no, not quite. Maybe, yeah, we don't want the ghost part of it. We'll just stick to Mountainboard Past.
I am mountain board past though, yeah. And we've got the present. Yeah.
I
And we
think
haven't got the future. Well, I guess Sammy was
You're
the
just sat there just now on your lap, mate. That's the
Yeah,
future.
that's the future.
yeah, a little festive episode here going out on hopefully out on Christmas morning. There as a little present to be unwrapped has become tradition.
Hey, yeah.
So
Well,
yeah,
happy Christmas, everybody.
happy Christmas to all of you.
Matt's eating Christmas pudding.
Yeah, I mean, don't expect to. Yeah. Christmas pudding before 10 o'clock in the morning, Matt. Are you mental?
But it's the one day you can do whatever the hell you like, right? So
Yeah, just for anybody that does want to listen on a Christmas morning whilst they're preparing their dinner or whatever, peeling their spuds and chopping their sprouts. Don't expect much from us today. We've not really got too much of a plan other than a brief little catch up with each of you independently as such. We may well get like I say, a little special visit later on. We may not. We'll play that by.
Father Christmas coming.
Yeah, I was going to say, is it Santa?
It's better than that. It's way easier on the eyes.
Him.
Way easier on the eyes.
Him.
Steve, you want to talk there? Are you putting your finger up like at
No,
school?
no, I'm just pointing. Is this our special guest?
He's trying to get a laser.
It's not the Mexican.
What God?
It's sunny, isn't it?
No, it's not sunny. But we might as well.
okay.
He said so many more pleasing on the eye.
Yeah, he said easy on the eyes. It can't be
Not
sunny.
below
like-
the eye level.
Yeah. Fresh in the news today. There he is himself. A little teaser has been put up by Sonny for Life Sucks or whatever it's going to be called.
Life Too Dirty.
Life's Too Dirty.
Life Too Dirty, I think it's
Life
called.
Too Dirty. Very cool. Very cool. A few of you will probably be featuring on that, will you not?
Yeah, that's the plan.
one or two clips.
One or two
Just
clips.
one or two.
Yeah, we got up to Leamington Spa yesterday. Unfortunately, James couldn't make it in the end, but
What's
yeah,
that?
railed some berms. Matt fell out.
Yeah. Standard
What is it
routine,
at
really.
them, Emlyn?
Matt railed most of the berms, not all.
Yeah. Whoops.
What is it in Leamington then?
It's
What's
a
that?
big, kind of free ride bike park.
Right.
So like flowy blue runs, basically. It's pretty nice.
Uh-huh.
With a nice weather
Matt was in
surface.
full free ride regalia by the looks of things, backpack complete.
Yeah.
Did you have a shovel and probe in there?
Yeah, well, you can't go off piste mountain boarding
Country.
without worrying about a landslide, right? So you've got to have your shovel and probe in there. Your airbags as well. I don't go anywhere without airbags, really. That's the real thing. So
It looked proper lush. I'd never realised the place existed. Have you guys ridden there before? Have you?
It's fairly new. I think it's been around for maybe like 5 months, something like that.
Yeah, I think Sonny and Jeff hit it a few months ago just to racket him.
Nice.
yeah, definitely worth a go. It's gonna be like 4 or 5 trails that work nicely for a mountain board. All weather surface. The big problem we had was mad headwind on some of them, but we still got down like pretty much the whole way. So that was good. And like a mile away, they've got the big 4-cross track, which was in there as well. So like when you've been done on the single tracks, you can just drive a mile down the road, and you got that to have a little razz on. And it's got the biggest berm of all time.
Yeah.
It's like the video does no justice to that thing. It's quite crazy. And then
It's like riding along a cliff. It's mad.
yeah, in a really good way. And then like another 2 miles away, you've got like the most packed in skate park I think I've ever seen. Like the tiniest little space, but with so many features. What did it take? Like 3 or 4 runs just to kind of like stop being overwhelmed on your way through and being distracted. Like, oh no, over there. But Amon and Emlyn slayed it. It was great. Mostly watched that part.
So did you, Matt. So did you.
1 or 2 lines at the end. You'll have to wait for Life Too Dirty to
That's
see
it.
that.
That's it. We'll have to.
Wait a few more years.
And I take it you'll be making a return as well, James. We can't forget about James Wanklyn.
It's been hard to find time with the 2 little ones to get more film and Sonny, but we will be doing. He wants to get some more in early next year. So I was supposed to be there on the weekend, but
where were you riding the other day, James?
That was actually clips from earlier on in the year. We went to the Malvern Hills, me, Connor.
I thought it was the Malverns, yeah.
Yeah.
That's some pretty fast stretches in
Fucking
that.
gnarly, man.
That last line, I stood at the top for like 10 minutes waiting for walkers to actually clear.
Yeah.
When I dropped, there was only one left. The guy like jumped out.
Yeah, the guy in white, yeah.
I thought it wasn't like you to go and terrorize a hiker.
Literally 10 minutes. Every time, like I would have a clear run, a new group had reached the bottom because it's such a long slope. But yeah, and I stood there for ages. I was like, right, that's exactly the line I'm going to take because there was some real horrible paths. And as soon as I dropped in, my plan went completely out the window, and I just had to sort of ride out whatever was in front of me.
You were shifting, man. You were absolutely shifting down there.
When I got to the bottom, I thought maybe I should have tightened my trucks a little bit. They were still on skate park loose. Yeah, man, it was nice. That was pretty much the only gnarly line we found. We did a lot of scout. There's a lot of good e-board stuff.
Yeah.
I think the next trip will be a sort of e-board run. You'll be able to get a lot of it in there, but there wasn't as many good mountain board lines. We found some average ones, but that was pretty much the only gnarly one.
Oh, again, yeah, it did look really mustard, I tell you. But proper e-board.
We hiked up there years ago and we didn't really find that much, but yeah,
nice views.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, see it from our house.
Yeah.
And skate park riding has been in order, though. You say about your trucks being there, James, and a lot of Ramp World has been featuring heavily of late.
A lot of rain as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's the go-to at this time of year for us lot and the Bristol crew, and these two, Emlyn and Amon, have been doing a lot more there this winter. So there's so much there to ride, and it's decent enough to warrant a trip in the evening when there's no scooter kids after work, which means you don't have to take up a whole day on the weekend. You just head over for an evening, and there's always something new to keep you going.
Yeah, we get a lot out of it. I'm going to try and organise another big session there, and fingers crossed do a kind of Dream Teas thing. Just waiting for them to get back in touch, but yeah, we just need for them to confirm a date, and then we can all chip in and do a big competition, basically.
And plans for a birthday gig there again this winter?
Yeah, I'll kind of just do that instead. I think probably February time.
Perfect. I'll remember not to eat too much.
Yeah, don't eat too many Jaffa cakes.
Yeah. Although it was, I promise, it wasn't me that sent that email in there, just for the record. Talking of which, I've got your corner, don't I? Are you and Will?
Oh, we're going to harass him about fucking the next episode.
Yeah, are you guys on a bit of a prolapse or what?
Yeah, we prolapsed ourselves. We've been going through tough times. The finances are just not there.
You've spent all your money on printing toilet paper with the roll situation on it.
Yeah.
and then using them in an emergency.
Yeah.
No one else seeing them ever.
Yeah, no, the truth is is Mr. Worldwide. He's been in Spain, Mexico, Cuba.
There it is, look.
Canada. Yeah, there it is.
Still in the packet.
Oh, you could sell that in one of them shoe shops.
Yeah.
So we're a completely different time zone now, so I don't know how that works. You know, yeah. So it'd be nice to do. We should get to a 10th episode, I think. Did we do 10? I think we did 9.
That's ambition.
Yeah.
It's still my favourite mountain board related podcast.
Oh, mine too.
Yeah. I really miss it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. Haven't put a full stop on it, but we also didn't really have any ambition when we started it. It was just fun.
So not one ...
Yeah, an ellipsis.
Yeah, we'll have that
here.
But hey, the brightest candles burn quickest, don't they, Baines?
That's
right.
True.
Yeah, it was 9 episodes. Yeah, you didn't quite make it to double digits yet.
I mean, look at Andy Milenkovic.
We can hope.
I forgot where we were there.
No
right.
way.
Go on, Sloggs.
Let's talk about something big that happened at the start of the year. sort of like, was it February, March time when the Dylan Warren 3 dropped on our shores?
Mm.
This year?
That was this year. Started
That came in like May, didn't it?
We did the
But
80
we
a
got to
game
see
of
them.
ATV live.
Yeah, because you picked yours up at the ATV live
Oh
off
yeah,
Stu, didn't
Yeah.
you? That was in
I
March.
can't believe that was this year. It feels
yeah. That
We-
feels crazy, right?
We've had them a
That's
bit.
true, though, isn't it? It was this year.
Yeah.
yeah,
Uh,
that's mad.
way back in March, and the first of its kind. Thank you all for your input and skills involved in that. It was great to do
No
a
worries. Pleasure
little
was all
test
mine.
run. Yeah, no worries, Steve. You're welcome. But yeah, it really was. I thought a bit of a defining moment for the dirt and for Tim Jones. It was the sign of what was to come and what is to come in the future again. Maybe not that particular model, but hopefully there'll be something up and coming in 24. We hope to be streaming the UK champs again this year, which will hopefully give us a nice show for the border cross and the freestyle this year. It'd be good to capture some of that on a live.
Don't want to commentate the downhill again, Dan. Are you sure?
Yeah, no, well,
The freestyle is dead.
we were so cold.
I'm miserable as fuck sat on that North Shore.
I mean, to be fair,
Entertained, not miserable as like through boredom, like pure
No,
enjoyment.
just fucking cold and wet.
I watched the whole thing back and I was entertained too, Sloggs. I thought you guys did a great job considering you were just watching a wet downhill run
Yeah,
time
Yeah,
after
good.
time. Like, fair play.
To be fair, we did occasionally get to mix it up by standing up with umbrellas to hold it over the camera. And we did have to stay concentrated and focused to not move the entire time, because the North Shore would shake and the cameras would shake. Did you enjoy your time there, Eamon? Because you were on the cameras.
Yeah, I loved
You
it.
did yourself, hadn't you?
I had sat in the tent with a little joystick and controlling all the cameras. Well, not all of them.
Tim's joystick.
Hey, yeah. But no, it was new thing for me. I enjoyed it, and it was a much better being in a dry tent and not sat on the North Shore.
Yeah, but let's load that up a bit better, because so you said Eamon was injured. So let's get into that just quickly. Eamon was injured because he'd just come fourth at his first ever World Border Cross Championships. Big props to that. He made the finals at his first try. He came fourth in the freestyle and he hurt his ankle just coming up a bit short on a double backflip. So fair damn play. What a year for Eamon as well, even if he did smack his ankle one. Nicely done, son.
Fourth place is where it's at, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know.
Well,
Just ask James. He loves a spoon.
Yeah, well, bring it slightly on. Not this year.
Hey-o.
Back in the trend.
That's it. 2 curses broken this year. Not only a personal curse with you, James, on getting out of 4th position. Well done on you there. But Matt breaking the quickest time and finishing first.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah, boy.
Oh, yeah. And now Eamon's good at the knobs and dials as well. So, all round year.
Let's hope you're on you're injury free this
Yeah,
summer.
but do we though? Like, you saw his pad and tilt work. It was pretty damn good. Who are we going to
Yeah, it
replace
was
him with?
good.
If he's in front of the camera, he's not behind the camera,
I wouldn't be gutted if I was back on the joystick again, but it'd be nice to ride.
Yeah, I don't know what'll happen come summer in that scenario. We'll let Tim worry about that one.
oh yeah, Tim worries. Tim couldn't worry.
Oh, we
I was
did
going to
this.
ask you, Eamon. I mean, you were obviously witness to the very near potential meltdown of Tim Jones. I mean, at times, I mean, I thought he did a great job and it was amazing. But I mean, he said that it was like the worst, one of the most horrible things he's done. And I think that was probably because he cares so much about the content.
He's super
if it was Wimbledon or snooker or rugby, which he doesn't give a flying fig about, I think the whole thing would have been, pretty much a breeze for him. If it rains, it rains. Okay, down tools, off we go. But he put his heart and soul into this, and it really showed about. And he walked away. I mean, he looked shattered. He was rinsed afterwards, wasn't he? Because
it was definitely like in the tent there with them, with Tim and the other guys, all like controlling different things. It was super tense at moments, and you felt like you were filming Wimbledon or something.
Yeah. I mean, I would like one day to just sit down with him and say, so what was going on, and why was it so bad for him, I suppose.
Well, I don't think it's bad. I think it's just stressful because everything was new and they were doing it with like limited gear in a field, and it was raining.
And the weather had a big
and everything was kind of last minute because we didn't know
practice.
what was happening. And
yeah. Of course, they'd have rehearsed this a million times at the big sporting events, wouldn't they? They'd have
the level of crew that they would have even on a small scale event. He was potentially like 3 or 4 important people, just himself.
Amon wouldn't get a look in, would he?
Plus, they wouldn't have a couple of dickheads hosting it as well.
Have you watched the BBC?
Valid point there, Vane. Valid point. But yeah, so that was very personal. Personal achievement sort of there to be involved with that for the dirt. But yeah, let's not dwell on just our personal achievements there. We did mention the world champs there. Matt walked away with a double gold there in the border cross. I can't even get my words out. And the freestyle. Where did you finish up on the downhill, Matt, in the end?
A diarrhea stained 4th place.
4th place. I'm telling you, 4th place is
where it's poisoning. A downhill does not mix for the most pleasant trouser situation. It was good. Sealed the overall as well, so that was nice.
Yeah,
I would love to go back though and get like a proper clean run. I watched the footage. Andy got a clip of my fastest run on the last slope. The video doesn't make it look anywhere near as steep or as fast as it felt.
No.
But it looks so just pootling along, and I fall over, and it takes me so long to get up because by that point of the run as well, you're knackered. But Worlds was really well done by the hosts of each venue. So big shout out to them.
Absolutely,
yeah,
great.
An amazing event.
That was great fun. Yeah.
How did you all feel about getting back to doing a downhill event? Steve, you've done UK downhills before, haven't you?
A couple, yeah, but I mean nothing like that. That was next level. I mean, Pete's Twitter post should be framed somewhere, really. We're all driving down there, and he flashes something up on social media saying this is the most intimidating downhill track he's ever been on in his life. This is scary. Think cheese rolling. And, we haven't even got there yet, and he's already had a practice.
He's playing the mind game, Steve. He's the competitor. Wasn't that bad? He was in our heads before we even got there. He beat us already.
Yeah. I mean, I had trouble controlling my bowels going down that track, and I didn't have diarrhea. You know what I mean?
Me too.
It was mental.
That was the scariest.
I have to say, Dan, I had more fun without a break, but I was faster with a break.
Yeah, 100%, 100% on that.
That was my take on it. But I mean, I was there once I got into the whole competition thing. I was there to compete and do as fast as I could, and even Emlyn, I got to the bottom. He said, "Bloody hell, Steve, you're faster than me." And he went on and off to find a break.
Yeah, I had to go on.
It's just the way it is, isn't it? I mean, if you're there to compete, I mean, and well, props to Matt and the other guys putting it down there, competing with Pete right till the last run. I mean, it was still the lead was changing,
Yeah.
2 or 3.
Dom and David.
Yeah, David was there.
Yeah, they were crazy.
One other guy as well, fast without a break.
Dominic.
Dom, yes, absolutely.
Smooth as well.
A
few of us were fast but ragged, whereas Dom was fast and clean.
Absolutely, he knew what he was doing on that hill.
Yeah, It was the craziest thing I've ever ridden. I've never ridden something like that.
No.
And I like you said, I just had to go and borrow George's board and just do the final run. I just did one like competition run, did it with a break, crashed into the fence, got stuck in the fence.
Oh no!
I couldn't turn a no snow. They don't turn.
They don't. They do, but you
And then you just point it straight down the next field and just hold on, like feather the brake. But I still wake up in the night wishing that I just did one more run on my own board. But I was then just ready to enjoy the holiday and stop shitting myself with fright.
Fair enough. Yeah.
I got to say, you had the best free ride attire on that. I know there's a picture lurking around of you somewhere with all your body armor on and stuff, looking, absolute primo free ride material.
Complete not Emlyn, right? Anti Emlyn.
I wore enough pads that day to last me for the whole year. I'm still protected.
How did you get on, James?
I didn't do the downhill.
Brutal.
No, of course you didn't. You didn't come along with the family, did you?
He was only allowed to go if he won the board across in the freestyle. So yeah, my bad.
Rules.
Well, gutted. You should have won the downhill and the bloody board across in the freestyle, then, shouldn't you?
Must try harder.
And Eamon, any regrets about injuring yourself and not sampling the delights of that madness? Of course.
I don't know. I would have liked to give it a go, but I think maybe I got a bit lucky having an injury, so I could watch and just go. Bob's what's it called?
Yeah, we do the luge, weren't we?
Luge, that's it.
Devil cards.
But I mean, you'd have
So,
probably had a
Eamon,
you'd have had a bigger regret if you hadn't got injured and hadn't attempted a double back in the freestyle, wouldn't you?
Wait, say that again. I tried a double flip.
The bigger regret would have been not attempting the double.
Oh yeah, sure.
If you'd have walked away from there and said, "Okay, I should have done the double, but I'm in the downhill. Let's go there."
Yeah. I've never been.
You can't have regrets, can you? Like that, because well, you can't.
Eamon,
What
what was the downhill like as a spectator sport then? Because you were there in a sort of spectator capacity.
Crap.
Was it? We're going over how amazing it was to compete, and it's shit to watch.
It was rubbish. Some of the worst mountainboarding I've watched.
I mean, downhill is all about the rider for me. Like, it's never really been a spectator, but it's like it's like arguably the most pure mountain board competition for me, because you can't. Nothing is more pure than you and a clock, right? So I think the riders tend to love downhill the most, especially when it's a good course, but it's just repetitive in the extreme for a spectator.
Well, especially I think they tried to finish the track where they did so people could watch it in the town, but still it didn't really show mountain boarding in a great light. I didn't think people just liked tearing down the hill and not being able to stop at the bottom and
but at least go on, Eamon.
We had the airbag there as well. So
yeah,
that was good.
People.
The learn to ride section, the airbag, like made up for that kind of more amateurish looking riding of everyone tumbleweeding down the slope in places. Partly because of the slope, though, like the grass was like freshly cut on one side, there was trenches and things. So if it was like a pristine slope, it would have been a totally different story, I think. But that's natural mountainous terrain for you. But yeah, airbag was there, so people were watching that with like live DJ going as well. So it was a good like atmosphere, loads of kids and people trying the sport right next to it as well. So it definitely made up for it in that regard to not end that on a bummer.
Yeah, sorry, it wasn't funny.
Vince just tried his put his heart and soul into it. No big deal.
I gotta say though, could you like you say, Matt? Could you imagine if that slope was as clean as like the Bugs piece there?
You could put some proper slides in. It would be so sick.
Oh, yeah, that would be incredible.
Like a bit dewy.
Yeah.
Just slide sideways all the way down.
That'd be good. Straight line so you can get the longest four-wheel slide.
Yeah.
No hands down.
World power slide of the worlds.
We'll have to wait and see. I expect as to what fruits ripen with regards to the World Championships for 2024. Watch this space. And we shall swiftly move on to Matt. I'm going to look at you here. You've recently been back out on the airbag, I see.
Oh yeah,
Riding with Cardi.
yeah. I mean, he's come down a fair bit for a couple of years now. Just we don't film very much, as you could all probably tell by our upload schedule. But no, man, it's good sessions. It's funny. We well, I don't think it's any surprise to hear that I especially was burned out this summer. So Andy was pretty keen to keep hitting up there, but I really couldn't for a couple of months. But winter's come around, and now it's like we're almost getting back into the regular weekly winter session up there, which is nice. We got a few like really good local bikers like Cardi, Cam as well, Cardi's brother Jack. So we get a good crew, you know. Put some tunes on.
I'm gonna have to follow them. Do they share anything of the bag on their websites? Check me out.
Every now and again. The last session we had up there with Tom, Andy didn't actually turn up. It was a shame because I found out it takes about an hour to dry everything out with the blowtorch, and Andy normally does that because he finishes work and it's only 5 minutes down the road for him. So I had a nice hour spent drying that out. But he did a little vlog of like what a winter session is, and we had a young kid called Ollie come up. I think he's 12 or 13 at this point. And the last time he came, lovely view of the cat there, Sloggs.
Yeah.
Every episode.
Yeah, a lovely ring piece.
Yeah. He is called Tea Towel Holder.
But yeah, so last time Ollie came down was a year or two ago. He spent like half an hour at the top just psyching himself up to drop in for the first time. He dropped in 4 or 5 times that session, but would always break and wouldn't go off the kicker. This time, he's up there for like 2 minutes, boom, straight in, first run, tuck no hander, and then after that, like flips, bar spins, got a double bar spin on there, got a flip bar spin, like crazy to be that age and progressing at that rate again. It was that was really cool to see. So
well, that's what I was going to say to these guys. Do they use your bag to help progress their riding as well? You know, or are they doing tricks that are sort of within their comfort zone, just keeping dialed? What's
I'd say mostly keep it dialed. It's rare that you see them like busting something new. Every now and again they'll feel it, but Ollie's like he's the one who's really going to do like progressive stuff on there because he's still learning so much.
Yeah.
Whereas like Cam and Tom, they've been riding for so long now, like they're fully bolts and dialed. So it's just nice for them to do it on a different setup. And the nice thing is they always compliment how smooth the line is, especially with the quarter pipe at the end. So now you don't have to brake at all. They just like 180 back and already at the roll in. So that's cool. It's just you know, good times, good sessions.
The quarter pipe working well, because obviously the rest of the park seems to have taken a bit of a backseat this last summer.
Yeah.
Have you guys all been ridden the compound recently in the last couple of months?
Never been invited, Dan.
For a while.
I thought you were allergic to catching air until the World Championship, Steve, to be fair. And then you seem to be like the showman really came out. It was fantastic. I especially loved your final run. Axel stall on the quarter pipe,
the full claim,
and then stacked it coming back in. It was incredible.
I work hard at my craft, Matt. No,
yeah.
I mean, it was great being in a position where I had to actually do that. You know, suddenly I'm in a freestyle competition, which I haven't done for over a decade, kind of thing. Oh, I better do something then. You know.
How would you feel about hitting the bag, Steve?
I'd be all right hitting the bag. It's more a case of hitting the ramp, or maybe even hitting the roll in. Yes, I might. I can ride them all.
Yeah.
Got 3 together. I could do the roll in, I could do the ramp, and I could do the bag. But I've got to link those 3 in probably about what is it, 8 seconds, 4 seconds,
something like that.
Yeah.
We can put it onto like dirt mode for you, but keep the bag there so like the kicker's backed right up. You know, we use the lower roll in, and then when you're dialed on that, we put the rolling 6 foot taller and
I mean, there was a time, I've hit the big kickers at Bugs and cleared the, was landing on, cleared the knuckle on those back in the day. So
you can always join me in the Dusty Corner of Shame, I think it's called.
Yeah, we've got Dusty Corner of Shame for people who don't make it to the airbag.
Right, okay, yeah.
So Amon's on there. I'm on there. We've got Jack Dudley's on there because he like backflipped and folded on the front and then came back. Miles Hillier is on there. When we had 2 kickers, we had the 4 foot wide 7 foot kicker for the airbag and the 6 foot wide 6 foot tall kicker off to the right, and Miles hit that kicker that was off to the right, like pointing into the warehouse. So
Wow.
he didn't take off it. Fortunately, he like wobbled off to the side and power slid up it. But yeah, but now we'll get the eve track sorted out, and then you'll have a good time down there. Worst case, you'll get a nice little eve tour going on around the lakes.
Yeah.
Come back and razz the woods, and then we'll peer pressure you into hitting a jump that you don't want to hit. It's good times.
When things calm down for you, Matt, we should organise an old boys trip to the airbag.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm fully up for that.
Yeah.
What can possibly go wrong? I mean, I'm up.
Well,
we do. If you want to get out of it, my advice is we have a rule there. There's the container's backed up right near the edge of a low roof warehouse, and the rule is if you can't get through the gap, you can't ride the jump. So if you put on a good amount of weight, so you can't squeeze through this gap,
all right,
you're not allowed to ride it anyway.
Okay,
you'll just have to stick to the eve track. So if you want an out, there's your out.
They're eating their mince pies over Christmas, Steve.
Yeah, put some work into it.
No,
so you're just like anti-fat people. Is that what it is?
I didn't think I was, but no, you absolutely called me out on my prejudices.
He's not fattest. We've just established Steve's fattest.
Man, there's been a lot of dirt thrown about me recently.
Hey, pictorial evidence.
Yeah.
Running away from flames recently up on social media.
Yeah, which puts me even more in the clear. It is. I mean, it is.
That's like Exhibit A.
Oh well, there's pictures of me with flames, but that's at hair down, and that was somebody throwing a gas bottle on a fire. It's got nothing to do with it. But Nick Boxall put a couple of pictures of Nat Gaydon and somebody else carrying some bales, saying like, "This is before it all went wrong," or whatever. When the big bale went, but the bale that was set fire at the edge, not by me, may I just repeat for the millionth time. Was massive. There's no way Nat Gaydon could carry one of those on his shoulders. So Nick Boxall was probably at a different gig at the time when he posted those pictures up. But no, I'm still innocent.
So innocent is now known as the Birkbeck Bale.
Only in certain quarters, mate. Not in my world. I maintain my innocence throughout, and I will. The day I die. And one day, somebody will come clean on that.
It'll be your final words on your deathbed.
Yeah. I'll get
me.
I'll get Pete Tatham and Lugger and Arrows by the throat on my deathbed and say, "Is this how you want me to go? Is it? Go. Hating you, still hating you. Now's the time, boys. Let me die a happy man."
And you'll give out your final answer.
Anyway.
To finish it off, Dan, the most recent thing is we've just shortlisted everyone for the end of year awards. So the votes would have gone live already by the time this goes out. But if you guys want a sneak peek, here we go.
Will they go live? Hang on, will they go live and the results be known by the time this?
The final results won't be, because final results go out on New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve, right? Okay,
New Year's Day.
Are these the nominations then?
So the nominations are closed. This is the shortlist. So this is who everyone's going to vote for to win each of the categories.
Good.
So it's a new thing we started last year. For a bit of a quick summary, end of year awards in the UK scene for various different things, just to keep spreading the love through the dark months, shall we say?
Yeah.
This year we got a new one called Community Spirit Award. So, the people in the community that lift the community up, provide a lot of service to the community, often with little or no thanks. So I'm going to read these out. All of these will be in alphabetical order, so it shows no prejudices, like no hints of who got shortlisted first or most nominations. So in the community spirit, we got it down to 5 people on the shortlist. We have Ash Mulholland and 80 Borders.
Yeah.
We have, of course, Bugs and Nina.
Yeah.
We have a little bit of a surprise, but a really nice surprise. Lee Leonard got shortlisted for her years of service.
Like that.
You're last screaming.
We've got Nash and UK Mountainboarding.
Yeah.
And lastly, we have the Dirt. Not just for the podcast, but for the stuff you guys do outside Sloggs with the instructor training. Dan giving everybody shit, I guess. So they are the shortlisted people for Community Spirit.
Nice.
I'll try to pick up the pace a little here. Video of the year. We have the Bugs 20th anniversary video. We have Dreamline. We have the French trip. We've got the UK Championships live broadcast. And lastly, we have Winter Sucks on the shortlist. So that's a really packed field, I think. That was like the hardest to call, I think.
Who did the French trip?
Amon, Emlyn, myself, Will, Andy, Ayla.
Oh, you got to watch it.
It was right at the start of the year. Right at the start of the year.
You have seen it, Steve.
It wasn't from
we
this
watched
French
it in the
trip.
cinema in France.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but we got there a little bit late because somebody drove us to the wrong place.
It's all right. You just made it in time.
Yeah, I didn't realize that was this year because the actual trip feels like so long ago.
Well, the actual trip was last year, right? 2022. But you know, a masterpiece takes a long time to finish. Is all I'll say for Amon there. Like, you know, he did it slow, but he did it really well.
Good things come to those who wait.
I mean, I think we've already established here that Amon, unless Dreamline wins, which best of luck to you here, Emlyn. Amon is the ultimate winner here because he's got an involvement in every single one of those other projects. That's a fair point. So shall I go to content creator of the year then? Content creator of the year.
Shortlisted is Amon Shaw. Emlyn Bainbridge is also on the list. And lastly, this one was there was 3 clear like front runners for this one. So we kept it to 3. Amon Shaw, Emlyn Bainbridge, and then lastly the Dirt and Tim Jones.
Hey.
The Dirt / Camera Innovations.
Can we call it Tim Jones and the Dirt? 'Cause I think Tim had much more heavyweight involvement in that. So we'll swap that round to Tim Jones and the Dirt.
This is why you were nominated for Community Spirit, Sloggs. I swear. It's a great idea. I've just changed it, so when it goes live for the votes, everyone will see it as Tim Jones and the Dirt.
I mean, it sounds like a really good band.
It does sound like a band, doesn't it?
Country rock.
Yeah.
Would you sample them, Baines? As a recommend? Would you sample Tim Jones and the Dirt?
We'd cover them. We'd do a whole new tribute band.
Emlyn Bainbridge and the Grass. International Rider of the Year. This one was super close. We were going to do 3 originally, but so close we ended up doing 4 people. We've got Akoni Karma, which I thought was quite neat. I mean, who breaks 6 ribs and then turns up to the downhill and still has the best time of everybody else there? Right? We have Antonio Maciera is on there, which I think is a great shout. Dom Kaminsky. Great shout. And of course, Mail from LA is on the list too.
Wow.
So, another strong field.
All 4 of those people do not only absolute shredders, but they all do a lot for the community around them. That's a really good votes there.
Proper Stoke bringers. I forgot honourable mentions. We had an honourable mention for Community Spirit to South Coast Mountainboarding, who didn't quite make it into the shortlist. So big up South Coast Mountainboarding on Community Spirit. International Rider, we wanted to do an honourable mention to Max Deget as well. Big up to Max Deget there. Did a lot of back behind the scenes work and has clips. Okay, into Breakthrough Rider of the Year. We got 2 honourable mentions here as well. This was super contested field. We couldn't actually get it any smaller than 6 people. And we've got 2 honourable mentions on top as well. So honourable mention to Ash Hollings and Elan Evans, who didn't quite make the cut, but had stellar years.
Storming years,
Yeah, boys.
And then the shortlisted riders, Alex Hayden of South Coast Mountainboarding, the man with probably the smallest backflip in mountainboarding these days.
That's tough for the small bit.
I'm so glad you said backflip at the end of that sentence.
I wouldn't know otherwise, honest. And now this one, I'm expecting some noise for this. George Pollard, breakthrough rider of the year. We don't have a preference here.
Absolutely.
George, we're coming for you, by the way, if you're
Yeah, but
listening.
he's no breakthrough rider, man. He's been knocking on the door for years, you know.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Like, you could just have a sterling year. Like,
He's had a
George
such
just
a banging year.
Yeah, George
Yeah.
had a year, son.
I mean,
He's been knocking on the door.
again, I've come far too early. But you know, when it comes to highlight of the year for me was George Pollard's performance at the Worlds and finding out. Well, yeah, I've got. Okay, I'm going to shoot my load completely here. Jimmy Wanklyn, there he is. There, finally lifting the curse and cleaning up in the UK. That's a highlight on my year. And George Pollard.
Yeah, he was so happy to be on the podium. As well.
And he's a Burnley fan. Honestly, in France, I made so many friends with people I was already friends with, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I touched base so much. And me and George sat for about an hour and a half one night and found out we both support Burnley. And I've known George for 10 years. How long has George been around? At least more than 10.
That backside 3 he threw in Compiègne as well on that middle kick. Not 2 weeks before, we had an airbag session at Bucks, and he was like almost banging his head against the wall, trying to get clean backside threes on just that small airbag kicker. And then he just takes it onto a jump twice the size and nailed it perfectly first time. It was mad.
And that's so unlike Team Bad. we never had freestyle in our locker, so yeah, to have one like that, mate.
Yep.
And his story about how he got into mountain board. Have we got time for this?
No, because he's going to. There's an episode in the very near future. Shut up! You've shot your load.
Yeah, cool. Yeah,
you shot your load. Now just have a nice cuddle.
I'll let him tell his story.
Dan, can you put him on mute?
Hey?
Can you put him on mute just on his own?
We'll all tune in. We'll tune in for George's episode. It'll just be Steve.
I'll tell you what, Steve. We'll get you in as a special guest.
Dan, shut up. Matt's doing nominations here.
Also shortlisted for Breakthrough Rider of the Year, we have Jeff Bond, of course. Made his first pro border cross final this year and just had a great year. Kira Bishop is also on the list. So big ups to Kira. Leo Joyce had an outstanding year as well. Worlds and UK scene. And of course, you can't have one without the other. Tyler Bishop is on there as well. Those 6 again: Alex Hayden, George Pollard, Jeff Bond, Kira Bishop, Leo Joyce, and Tyler Bishop for Breakthrough Riders of the Year. Good luck voting with your one vote, everybody. And Bishop last but not least, just wait. Bishop Family Strong, is it? Rider of the Year award. Nominated, we have Emlyn Bainbridge. We have James Wanklyn. We've got Mark Bishop. To complete the set there. And we also have myself, Matt Brind. And that's the end of year award shortlist. So good luck to all the entrants, or the shortlisted people. I haven't lined it up with Stu yet, but hopefully he's okay with me sorting it out with him. But £50 ATB shop vouchers to each of the winner. Score!
Got to be worried. Got to be worried about Bish in there coming up.
He had a
breakthrough last
year again, right? Yeah.
Well, he's Masters World Champion, isn't he?
Yeah, Masters World Champion, Masters Downhill World Champion as well. Did he make the final of the Masters in the border cross? He was close if he wasn't in there.
No,
I'm sure he was. But what a year.
The boy's done well. The boy's done really fucking well.
Yeah.
There we go. That's it. I'm going on mute myself now. It's like half an hour of just me talking. So see ya.
To be fair, it makes a difference from just being me, the one that bloody talks all the time. But that said,
sprouts, Dan.
Sorry,
Christmas. I thought you wanted to talk about Brussels sprouts.
Well, yeah, let's quick fire then. Brussels sprouts or no?
Yes, I
love
it.
100% yes.
Yeah.
Not a fucking chance.
That's saying no.
Oh, Matt and Sloggs on a no. Steve, where'd you stand on Brussels sprouts?
Completely sprout. Yeah, absolutely.
Amazing.
Yeah. I mean, they've just got to be done just like that al dente business, haven't they? Just you don't want them soggy. Just still.
I don't mind soggy Brussels sprout.
Oh, you can have mine.
I love this Mountainboard podcast.
They've got to have a bit of bite.
Hang on. Are we saying Brussels sprouts are the same as brakes versus brakeless? Are they that controversial?
Yeah. No, it's heel straps.
I was about to say.
Oh, they're heel straps, are they?
Yeah. But I would only at Christmas though. That's the thing. I had them. I had them in a curry the other day from like a takeaway. Nah, wasn't into it. Not this side of Christmas, anyway.
No, there's a place for sprouts, and that's on a plate with a roast in it. You don't put them in a banana milkshake.
I like mine with loads of chestnuts and a few lardon in there.
That's the one, Dan.
Covered in bread sauce.
Ooh.
That's the way forward.
Yeah, balsamic vinegar. That's my.
Yeah.
Ah.
Give them a bit of zing.
Well, but so on a roast dinner tip then, Christmas dinner.
Yeah.
Do you have who has Yorkshire puddings? I mean, Ash ain't here, so we know Ash would.
No.
Yeah, that's a definite. Yeah.
Yeah. A roast. Yeah. Yorkshire's definitely.
I mean, the Christmas dinner is the king of roasts, and a roast dinner has a Yorkshire pudding. So
yes,
Christmas dinner has more Yorkshire puddings.
Yeah.
I agree. You have everything, and I wouldn't hold it against anyone, but I just don't really like them that much.
Oh, unpopular opinion.
Spoken like a bloody vegan.
Yeah, well, they're not vegan, so.
You could splash a bit of soy milk in there and some xanthan gum.
Yeah, no, I've had vegan ones, I've had normal ones. They just take up room in your belly, I think.
That's what they were invented for. Back in the
That's
day,
the point of eating.
It's just a bit of flour and milk, isn't it? And that's what they were invented for. Was like, you could put a really big Yorkshire pudding on a plate of food, and there was a little bit of meat and veg on there, but you had a big chunk of Yorkshire. That's exactly what they were there for, is to fill you up. So, yeah, I mean, now you're getting all like on the backs of the poor now, Amon.
Yeah, I'm too spoiled.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's that privilege.
He's a Lancashire boy at heart, anyway.
Fair play for being vegan, though, Emlyn.
Thank you.
I had it for 17 years.
Someone said that.
Yeah. Well, all I used to get when I was vegan is, well, what are your shoes made out of?
Yeah.
Belt leather. Is that belt leather, is it? So, yeah. We should all do our bit.
Will you make, because I've got to make a nut roast because of all the veggies in my household. Will you be pursuing a nut roast for Christmas?
No, I've had to think about this, and this time I'm going to go for like a phyllo pastry number with some kind of different veg inside and cashew cream.
Yep.
Oh, it sounds a bit like a Wellington.
Yeah, but with phyllo pastry, so it's not filling like the Yorkshire pudding.
So you're all right with phyllo pastry, but none of that Yorkshire pudding bash.
It's nice.
He likes his flour rolled.
Yeah, it's got to be crispy. Just so I've got enough room for all the vegan bread sauce. That's my favourite bit.
Bread sauce is a winner for me, but I'm not sure about cheesy stuff on a roast. When you go to a pub somewhere and you get cheesy leeks and cheesy cauliflower.
Oh, what? That's one of the best.
Cheese.
Cheesy is amazing, but you just got to make sure your gravy doesn't mix in with it.
Yeah. I mean, does it belong on a plate of a roast?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I suppose it has a place, doesn't it? Definitely. I like a bit of cauliflower cheese.
I love cauliflower cheese, but I don't know if it belongs on a plate with a brown gravy. It's
pudding.
You need some sort of dam in between the two.
Yeah, well, some mashed weed, perhaps.
Yeah.
Mashed weed would do it, wouldn't it?
A wall of carrots will go full.
So what does everybody think then about getting some buttered bread? That goes on the plate first, and then everything goes on top, including the gravy. So at the very end, you've got a lovely, soggy buttered bread.
Roast on toast?
No, not toast. Not quite toast. A fresh couple slices of bread, and you buttered. Sorry, Baines. And then you serve the roast and the gravy on top of that. So you get to the end, and you got like everything soaked in a little bit into the bread, and it's. If you've watched Friends and they go on about the moist maker in the middle of the sandwich, that's the moist ending that you really want.
Right.
Do you do that then, Matt?
Yeah, it sounds like
Not for
absolute
Christmas
filth to
dinner.
me.
Not for
Mm.
Christmas dinner, but I do it for roast dinners.
Fair
when I-
play. You've got
Oh.
some respect from me now.
Everyone's gone.
Oh,
Yeah.
thanks, Baines.
I've
You,
never
you
heard
already
of
had my
this.
respect, Baines,
I
but
am
glad
going
to
to
have
have
some of yours now.
to. I am going to have to
Mm.
try Steve's, or should I say, Dr. Seuss's roast on toast as well. At some
It's a great name.
I suppose the only other controversy over Christmas is cranberry sauce, or no?
Yeah.
Do you do fruit with your roast?
Don't mind cranberry.
Cranberry, definitely cranberry. Yeah.
Mango chutney, innit?
Mango chutney with the
Not
roast.
a roast.
I got a controversial one, I'm afraid, on this one.
Go
Mint
on.
sauce. Doesn't matter the meat, it's mint sauce.
Well,
Yeah, fair enough.
the whole ethos behind mint sauce and apple sauce is it's acidic and it helps you digest the fat, especially with
Steve
pork.
with the facts tonight. Get
Yeah,
on,
mate. You know, like
Man with
you
the
have
knowledge.
pork with apple sauce because the apple sauce is acidic and it helps you digest the fat of the pork. And lamb's the same. If you have a fatty piece of lamb, you have mint sauce, which is acidic. Horseradish doesn't really stack up with beef, I suppose. Maybe beef isn't quite as fatty as the other two. But yeah, that's why you have the acidity with. So there you go. Yeah. Mm.
Every day is a school day.
It is.
Mm.
It is.
That's why I eat a whole lemon before I tuck in.
That's it. Does anyone take? Well, Emlyn obviously doesn't because he's really, really anti them. But does anyone take a Yorkshire and then just make a little mini roast in the Yorkshire and then
Mashed potato in the Yorkshire is good.
No, really?
no, everything that's on your plate, just a little bit of that and a little bit of
Steve,
this.
have you not seen? There's some place, probably in Yorkshire somewhere, that serves that sells them like giant roast,
Oh, you can buy, yeah.
like wrapped up like a tortilla.
Yes, great.
Yeah.
Well,
There's-
Takeaway.
Most
quite a lot of
weeks I have my leftover Sunday roast just in a regular wrap the next day at work in the microwave, warmed up.
very good. I do bubble and squeak.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my favourite bit of Christmas food.
Yeah, same.
Week on Boxing
Bit
Day.
of bubble,
morning.
bit of bubble in it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Of course it is, bruv.
Yeah, bro. Can't beat it.
How many of those Yorkshire pudding things did you have the other day, Eamon? They were like beef and Stilton, weren't they?
Oh yeah, Bugs's birthday bash. That was
Yeah.
Yorkshire pudding with Stilton, melted Stilton, and a bit of beef inside. It was lovely.
That's nice.
Made especially for Bugs by the pub.
You should have seen Bugs after them. His eyes were rolling in his head. He was leaning on bar.
On a Stilton binge.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I did,
dangerous. Dangerous. Well, when I stopped being vegan, I went out. I thought that's it. I'm gonna fall off the wagon eventually, and I went and bought a big lump of Stilton and a bottle of port.
Fair play.
And that was the first thing I ate that was dairy after being vegan was Stilton and a bottle of port. We now have our Christmas dinner now on Christmas Eve in the evening. So
Oh.
on Christmas Day we have all day just like messing about and playing about with the kids and things, and it works out way better for us.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah, because you can have your evening meal, really big Christmas roast, and then if you want to fall asleep, you can. You know, just that's it. Lovely, job done. And then the next day you get up, Christmas presents, kids, and the whole day without having to worry about. And then you've got all that lovely food that you cooked the night before.
That's a good idea.
It is.
Yeah, might do that.
You should try it one day, people. You know, there's another one you can have for nothing.
Well, look, gents, it's Christmas Day. We've been online for now, and I don't want to be taking up any more.
No, true.
No, please. I feel really bad because I got to speak about like what I've done this year. Nobody else has.
Oh no, because we haven't quite finished yet. I was
Okay,
just
thank
wanting
goodness.
you all to realise that we're gonna tie it up a little bit.
I'm ready.
I'll tell you what. We'll come to you at the end of this one. James, you've been pretty quiet up there.
Yeah.
What's your New Year's mountain board related resolution?
Oh, I'm not sure I have any, to be fair. Just
Win again.
Don't snap your new hero, bro. Too.
Yeah, I was going to say that's the fastest thing right now.
Just keep winning.
How is that deck
James.
riding?
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's I've only had the one proper session on it, but it's just like the David one, which was one of my favorite shapes apart from the collab. But it's stiffer and faster, real similar in its sort of stiffness and pop to the DW3, which everybody's loving, but with that hero shape, and a little bit higher than the last one as well, which was one of my complaints, was that it is a little bit lower to the ground. But yeah, one session after sort of like half an hour getting used to the slight differences, and I was feeling more comfy on it than I have all year, and throwing shapes. So it's looking good so far.
Nice.
Mayal's been riding it for a good few months, and Matt said he won't go back to his DW3 from it, which is a bit of a testament from him. So
wow, high praise indeed.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see, especially I know we deprived Matt of riding it over the weekend, and
I was pretty furious. The only reason I went to that session is because James was supposed to be going, and I was going to steal his board for the whole day to give it a proper test, you know. And, but I've already left in the morning. He messages to say, "Oh, I'm not coming, boys. I'm not turning around now. I'll just have a miserable time with Emlyn and Amon, I guess."
It's hard, mate. It must be hard being you, Matt.
You wouldn't believe, Steve.
Mate,
anyway,
yeah.
we're supposed to. I'm trying to not talk. Sorry, I'm going on mute.
My mountainboard resolution for next year: just stay riding when I can, and just trying to keep on a similar level to I am. I'm not becoming too old and decrepit.
Mm-hmm. Good. And I'm assuming, obviously, for all of you guys, a bit more filming for Dibs. Amon, what are you working towards this year? What's your mountain board related?
You're not got much time left this year, Amon, I tell you.
No, I think.
Sorry, mute.
Go away, Matt. I obviously had a bit of a slow second half of this season. And it'd be nice to get back to where I was before I had an injury, but also I think a bit of a boring one, but just try and get like a bit more sort of physically fit and flexible, so I bounce a bit more, because I do feel like I'm getting a little bit older now, and like bales are worse.
Yeah, some different cross training, perhaps.
Yeah, I think so. I haven't really started or got any ideas, but
I'm sure the lovely Ayla can talk you through a few yoga classes that you can do at home in the meantime till you find something. Oh, congratulations, by the way, on the 7 years there.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, if there's one guy you want to speak to about fitness, it's Jeff Bond, isn't it?
Yeah.
Have a word
he
with
is.
him.
They'll have you running 400-meter laps.
He's been my PT now for a while. I've seen the difference. I'm sure you've all seen the difference.
Yeah. Jeff did say about he was like basically just do yoga when he's like general tip. I think it is pretty useful in terms of flexibility and landing and stuff.
Dave Compton's yoga sessions in France were really beneficial for me. I really enjoyed them.
Yeah, nice little way to wake up the day.
Also, other than that, Sloggs, there's a few more like hiring rides and that kind of thing planned next year. Some demos I'm excited for.
Yeah, that's my plan for next year.
As well.
More bums on seats, more young riders coming through. Introduce as many people to the sport as possible. That's my goal for next year.
Yeah, I think we're already booked up Sloggs for like 4 different festivals next summer.
Yeah. Although I still haven't got the dates through. He keeps promising me them.
Nice.
It's so new, actually.
Exposure, though, in the flesh that people will get excited about.
Yeah.
Well done to you. Steve, what about you?
Me,
You're going to be partaking in competing this year? Do you think at all in any way?
Well, I don't know where the Worlds are going to be. So until that one's on the table, I can't comment on that. I mean, it was an amazing experience for me, that, and if I could replicate that in any shape or form this year, I'd be really happy with that. I think just keep on. I mean, I'm not going to break any records, so yeah, just still be part of the family. Keep showing
the
up.
bloody youth riding as well.
But then.
keep Sammy on the board. I even
Oh,
seen
yeah,
Sammy
yeah,
on the
yeah.
board
Yeah, I guess.
recently as well, didn't we?
Yeah. I think if we get Sammy out, I mean, we've got to be careful with him because of the way he is like. But yeah, if I get him out on the board all the time, yeah, I mean, he loved it. He loves bugs, you know. Yeah. What my resolution? Just spend as much time at bugs boarding as I can. There you go.
Yeah, nice.
It's soul food for me, that place.
Yeah, I'll see you there.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, that's about all I can expect really at the moment is good times with good people. It's self-indulgent. It's fairly selfless or whatever, you know. It's selfish, but yeah, I've done my bit a while ago, and now I'm just enjoying myself. And yeah.
What about you, Emlyn?
Well, maybe like being a bit ambitious too early on, but me and Eamon were saying the other day, like, kind of feels like the time where we should probably make like a full part, which is kind of like, right, this was me mountain boarding, like before it's too late, which hopefully is not too late. We've got loads of years left to progress, but I feel like I'm kind of at my peak.
But like a full year project, right? So it's
because I get so hung up with like, well, not hung up, but it's easy to put out reels and like just do these little clips because it's more instant gratification. But actually, I want to save some good tricks and like
I'll do it.
Be ambitious. Yeah.
Absolutely. Have that on record.
Yeah, exactly.
Forever afterwards, you know. Oh God, I mean, I've always said it about skateboarding. In the first 10 years you're skateboarding, you're like collecting tricks from everywhere, and you know, and then like the next 20 years of skateboarding, you're slowly losing them again, and your quiver of tricks gets smaller and smaller and smaller. I mean, I can just about drop in now and do 50/50s and tail stalls, and that's about it. You know, they've all gone because, you know, you hurt yourself and you lose the balls, you know. So yeah, if you're get it down.
Yeah.
Ruddy Marvelous doesn't have to be your magnum opus.
Yeah. It would be cool, wouldn't it?
I don't even know what that means.
I think Emlyn and Aiden should be joining Andy Brind to try and take the top spot off the old boys as well for UK champ.
Emlyn already did it once. He doesn't need it anymore. He beat both of us. He knows he can do it.
No, I do actually want to get better at like border cross and downhill and stuff like that. I like just hitting a jump straight and doing a trick and then unstrapping. I don't really ride like down the hill that much. I need to do a lot more of that.
Yeah, but you say that, Baines, but top 8 at the World as well. We did a shout out to Eamon earlier for getting into his finals in the first time he did the World Border Cross. You got top 8. You got semi-finals your first ever World Border Cross Championships from somebody who just says, I don't do border cross very well.
And to be honest, Emily,
fair damn play, son. What a send.
At semi as well. I was terrified we had to wait as well because of Coney, and like the tension was so high.
That was probably the most stressful day of the whole year, I reckon, that day.
Yeah.
I was a different person afterwards, I would say.
You changed, man.
Yeah.
You changed.
But you did nothing wrong, Emlyn. You were taken out in that. Well, we weren't taken out intentionally, but I mean, like, you know, you had a racing line there, and you collided. You know, you hit somebody else hit you. Otherwise,
I was just trying to avoid David and Dominic, because you don't want to get in their way, really.
No.
Yeah. No,
you had as much right to be on that track as they did. And
you got third in the Open, didn't you? Yeah, third in the Open border cross. Top 8 in the Pro and third in the Open. Yeah, top dog, man.
That was a good day.
Yeah, that was sick.
And you, Matt, anything planned for 24? Hopes, dreams, aspirations? Keep it under.
I'm getting married in 24, so I don't want to be injured for the wedding. I'm definitely not under strict instructions to not be injured. It's putting our annual May bank holiday, the track trip, under a bit of question at this point. Can I really go there and not get sendy? I guess we'll find out. But otherwise, nah, man. I'm pretty. I haven't really thought about 24 yet outside of the wedding. So
Yeah.
what I'm
That's
interested
a
in,
fairly
Dan.
big project to be working on. Let's be honest.
Yeah. It'd be good to get a live stream of the. Not sorry, I don't like calling it a live stream since Andy coined the term broadcast. I'd like to see another good broadcast of the UK champs and maybe something else as well. That'd be really great too. But I want to know, Dan, what are you looking forward to next year? I've got some insider scoops. I could dig some nuggets out of you, I reckon. Can you reveal?
As long as we don't forget to go to Sloggs for his hopes and aspirations.
I've already done mine.
Have you?
Yeah.
I agree with
He wants to save the world, doesn't he?
Have you've really drowned out his voice that much that you just don't hear when he talks?
Yeah. Not even a mention of his camper van then.
No.
Oh yeah, saw that. That looks nice.
That's nice.
Yeah,
Sweet.
well done,
Beauty.
Sloggs.
Yeah, we're pretty chuffed with it.
Yeah.
I can't do another year sleeping on the floor in a tent.
No.
Yeah.
I can't
But the
do
double
it.
bed in Rita obviously not good enough for you no more.
Well, you know,
Red wine. I don't want to stay on the bed no more. It's stained red after all the
I don't drink copious amounts of red wine. Just be liberal with it. We're going to take it for a little test run this weekend, just before Christmas, and see how we go.
Nice. That'd be wicked.
If you need a tramp for the bunk at the back, mate, I'm always there.
If you grow that beard out, or I'll be ending up in the back.
Oh, you've really ducked out of this one, Dan.
Well, no, I haven't, because I was just about to say.
Come on.
Oh, Matt. I suppose the cat can be let out of the bag. I suppose, let it out of the bag. I will be taking over, or hope to be taking over in March, the cafe at the track, Portreath.
No way.
Yeah, so the track, if not as it already is mountain board friendly, but it will now be ultra mountain board friendly there, and hope to open it up to anyone to come and be able to ride there. There is something for everybody of all abilities there. There's not a border cross, there's not a downhill or anything like that, but there's jumps of all sizes, and
the Round the Edge trail is basically a border cross.
Yeah, there's a little hump track around the outside, isn't there?
This is my chance to do a Steve Birkbeck style thing. Now then, riders, you had good enough reason to get down to the track before. There's never been a better reason to get down to the track this year than to show support for a man who does so much for our sport. Dan Watson, get down there and buy at minimum 5 coffees before your session. Get on, sons and daughters.
It is one of the best places I've ever ridden, I think, the track. It's like one of my favorite spots.
Well, I saw it I went to Portreath about 6 or 7 years ago and just drove past, and I thought, this is a bike place, and walked around it. And I think I mentioned to you at the time, Dan, and said, and I don't think you've been over. Maybe you had, I don't know.
I'd been over there probably about 5-6 years previous to that, and there was not a lot of it. There.
No, by the time I got there was 6-packs and all sorts. I mean, it was men. But okay, we've got all the mountain board stuff, but you're taking over the cafe. So is that going to be your full-time occupation running the cafe?
I will be, after 15 years tenureship at Godrevy, I will be leaving there and going into business with Steve, the owner of the track.
Wow.
Bring on the cafe part of that.
So you're going to be aiming for like the Portreath tourist passing trade as well as just bikers and boarders.
And it has to be said, if you're an e-boarder or biker, the Bisso Trail, coast to coast trail, goes past the front of the.
That's an old tin mining track, isn't it?
It is an old tin mining train, like tramline track that they used to. Or parts of it are.
Yes, because the old boy who built that railway was very, very rich, and he lived on top of the hill, and he built his wife a load of, they chiseled them.
Oh yeah, the barbs
in Portreath, on the beach there. There's about 5 of them. I've only found 4. I haven't found the 5th one, but all around the beach in the rocks is these natural bathtubs that they chiseled out, so she could bathe in sort of like a privacy. Yeah.
I had a little dip in them before I hit the track last time.
So me and you have shared bathwater then.
Yeah, we'll go find the 5th one.
Yeah, mate. Nice.
Yeah,
You
only,
see
only
my dirty ring?
less than a mile from the beach.
Yeah,
Mile-
mate, it's a gorgeous spot.
A proper good. There's camping facilities under a mile, or all within the area. I mean, if you
there's an Airbnb nearby where if you stay there, you might be able to find Dav's sick on the wall.
I was going to say there's a dog-friendly hotel down the road as well, but I think you've topped it. I'm going to go to that Airbnb next time.
Yeah.
There's no excuses not to come down to Cornwall.
That's it. And if it does rain or storm or whatever, Mount Hawk.
Yeah, I really want to get
Nah. Spend more time at the cafe. Spend more money.
Just buy more.
Buy more snacks.
We're going down in May to get
Myself
Yeah.
and Claire live an hour away, and for mountain boarders, we have an open house for you to come and stay over on the way down an hour away.
And a camper van.
When I camper van on our drive, yeah.
Which bank holiday do we do? Do we do the first bank holiday or we do the last bank holiday in May? There's two. We'll see you down there for the May bank holiday, as Emlyn says, for a don't get sendy session. Get caffeinated instead.
Perfect. Well,
that's awesome news, Dan. I'm stoked.
You went the first weekend of May this year.
Sweet. That sounds good to me because the last weekend's really close to the wedding, so it's got to be the first bank holiday of May.
Yeah.
Then I can get the scabs dried up.
You'll be out of a cast by then, Matt.
Yeah, should be.
Yeah.
That's it. I should have been in there for a couple of months by that point and should have it all hopefully on lockdown, ready for any mountain boarder arrivals.
When does it open, Dan?
It opens start of April.
When it's dry.
Weather dependent, a bit like bugs.
Yeah.
I was there the other day and there were some bits that could have been ridden, but most of it couldn't. Not without doing damage. And why would you do damage to the livelihood?
The cafe's open all year round, though, right? Because it's kind of like a community hub.
That's it. There's a saltwater swimming pool there, hydrotherapy, like it's all heated up to 35 degrees.
Oh wow!
Done with sterilized with UV as opposed to chemical. It's
wow.
Yeah, there's a lot going on around there. There's an education centre being built for disadvantaged.
And what was the cafe like? What's it like at the moment?
It's a kiosk at the moment, by all intents and purposes.
So you couldn't sit down and have a panini.
No, you couldn't sit down and have panini.
Yeah,
you could sit. By the time you come down, I'll focaccia you.
Yeah.
Love a bit of rosemary.
Well, Jimmy likes his wraps. I want roast on toast.
Roast on toast. We're all coming down for roast on toast, Dad.
Do it, dude. It's a winner.
Didn't you? I remember going down there with the first time with you, Dan, and you were showing the cafe staff how to make a latte. What was that?
Yeah. I mean, I pray they don't ever listen to this, but I had one other coffee since then, and I wouldn't have another one there.
This is bearing in mind Dan was showing this to like 12-year-olds who
I'm just anything to
help make the world a smaller place, Dan.
It was sharing his skills rather than belittling.
You say that, but he went, just get out of the way, I'll do it myself.
He threw the first one.
Steam wand in 10-year-olds.
It's the only way they learn, Dan.
Yeah. Look, gentlemen, I'm going to call it here if that's all right. I think we've covered everything there. I look forward to seeing all of your faces in 2024. Unfortunately, our special guest hasn't joined us this evening. He's obviously very busy on a climbing wall.
Don't tell him who it is.
No, I'm not going to. I've just thought I'd leave it as that. That's about as.
He's checking the list, getting the elves in order.
That's
They need steaming, apparently.
Is it the mountain jacker?
If only! If only! Oh, man.
It could already be here, though, Emlyn.
In Canada.
No,
or is he in
Will
Canada?
Fox is away. He's died of death, same as the podcast. Well, Will's been away.
It's funny,
obvious.
isn't it? Interesting.
True.
Oh, does this mean you're not going to be waking me up at 3 o'clock in the morning trying to text my phone asking if it's me?
It's easier than rolling over and nudging the side of you, though.
So that is it. That's the expose, is it? For this episode of Dirt, Will Fox is officially the face jacker, the mountain board jacker.
Well,
the maths are clear.
Does anybody know, really?
You never find out.
Emlyn, come on, no, shut up, Dan. Emlyn, what are you going to say?
My money's on Sonny.
Right, okay. So no one is certain here.
No, I don't think anyone's certain. Still.
I've been like 100% certain at times, and then somebody says one sentence to me, and it blows my whole theory.
Well, that's pretty cool. I mean, whoever's doing it is.
Sonny had all them stickers knocking around, didn't he?
Exactly.
UK champs was like, oh shit, they're around us, and it was quite like, I don't know.
They posted that one video from LA when it was raining as well, just randomly.
Yeah, and
so who would have randomly turned up in LA?
I think it was Sarah. Analysed that video, worked out where they were in the room and what time because they shazammed the song and they come really into detail.
That's incredible.
You need to get that guy who does the GeoGuessr stuff, and he can just find a location, track him down.
They did get nominated, to be fair, but they didn't get shortlisted. Mountain Board Jacker. But my favourite nomination, actually, I did like seeing Mountain Board Jack turn up, but my favourite nomination was for Emlyn Bainbridge Shaw as Creator of the Year.
Collaborative reels.
I also quite like Matt Brind getting 2 nominations for International of the Year. What the fuck was that all about?
That was funny. Yeah, I'm Mr. International.
Are you moving that?
Yeah.
We saw you, Ayla. We all saw you.
Yeah, hi, Ayla.
Hello, Ayla. Ayla, come say hello. So antisocial in the background.
Just ran past because she's desperate for the loo, apparently.
Hi. Because for a minute then I was thinking, is it Ayla? Could be somebody else. It is Ayla. Yeah. You're all right, Eamon. Hiya.
Right, we've seen Ayla now, so we can probably go.
That's it.
We'll leave it as Ayla's the Mountain Board Jacker. Just leave it as that then.
Yeah.
That's why she had to leave the room, right? She just couldn't handle how awkward it was anymore. She was going to explode. Reveal the secret.
Gentlemen, this has been a fantastic cheek warming episode for me. I've been smiling all the way. Thank you for joining us and celebrating a little bit of Christmas and a little bit of the year gone past and a little bit of the year ahead, or the future year, 2024. I can't wait to see us all in the flesh. Probably.
I can wait.
You're definitely getting the physical touch. I can't wait to see us all again soon, if not before Emlyn's birthday, but we're obviously going to make happen at Ramp World. Have car, will travel. Just message me if you're about on any weekends or whatever, or riding. Thank you.
Dan and Sloggs, thanks for another year of the podcast.
Well done, boys.
What are you up to? This is 76 or something, isn't it? This one?
This will be 76 on the timeline.
Incredible.
See what you can do if you apply yourself, Emlyn. See?
Yeah.
Work harder. Could do better.
I was going. That wasn't your resolution.
It's not quantity, mate. It's quality, Emlyn. And your free episodes shit all over the
70s. On that bombshell, we're finishing here. Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
See you all soon.
Long live the roll situation.
You all. Adios, amigos.
Bye.
I don't know how to get out of this, so I'm still here.
You wait till Dad stops hits record,
well, that's all right then.
And then we can have a nice general goodbye.
That's it.
Way aye, man. That was dead canny as out that like. Cheers for tuning out to listen. Now, before you gan yem, don't forget, if you want to keep getting doing with the Dorty Dort fun, like and subscribe. Get amongst it. Shy Ben's getting out.